Part 4 of our NBA defenses series will feature on-ball defense, angling, shading, forcing down the ball handler. So Royce O'Neal right here is defending James Harden. He is forcing him, angling him to use his right hand. So his right foot is high to take away his left-hand drive, and he is angling him to Rudy Gobert right here. So when he starts to drive, his job is to get on his hip and then to ride that hip out and not let him get back to his left hand. Kawhi on this example right here is angling Carmelo to his left hand for that left hand drive because you have two help defenders right here in the gap that can help on any drive. Kawhi does a good job of staying in front, which forces a contested three, and that ends up being a win right there for the Spurs. Now we have Klay Thompson right here guarding Kyrie. You can see he is angling him to his right to the help defense. So if Kyrie does beat Klay right here, then he has a rotating defender right here, the low man that can rotate to help. But if Kyrie gets middle right here, then that would mess up the rotations for the defense. Klay does a good job of getting a chest stop and a high hand contest. Now in this example for the Utah Jazz, they're going to force Spencer Dinwiddie to the baseline. So they're forcing him down, not allowing him to get back middle. It's an easier rotation right here because the low man can help, and then you can rotate here. He sinks. Donovan Mitchell then plays two. But if he gets middle here or cuts back middle, that would mess up their rotations. So forcing him down, they stay attached to his hip, which forces a long contested three. Now Wesley Matthews right here is forcing Jason Tatum down to his left hand. He has his left hand jamming his hip. Great job of staying attached to that hip with a high hand contest. Once again, now this is an example of Kawhi closing out on Ray Allen, who's one of the best shooters ever. Closes out and then is forcing him down. He's angling him to the baseline to Tim Duncan right here, not allowing him to get back middle. And you can see that from his closeout right here with his left foot high. Great job, which forces a contested long two. Now, once again, Kawhi is angling and shading KD to the baseline right here to the help because you got Danny Green helping here and then also Tim Duncan to help if necessary. Rides it out, forces him into that help. Now, this is a great example of how Kawhi switches his stance. High hands right here. He is angling Chris Middleton to his right hand to the help right here. Great job because you have a gap defender and a gap defender, and you have a gap defender right here. So he is angling him to where he knows his help defense is located at. Once again, this is another example. Instead of forcing down to the baseline, they're forcing middle, but it's forcing to the gap defenders right here. Because you have a gap defender, Eric Bledsoe, right here, who's going to stay at the nail right there. And Wesley Matthews does an excellent job of staying attached. High hands, forces a contested three. Look right here. This is great job by Toronto. Toronto used to do this a lot and still does. You can see they're forcing Jimmy Butler to go middle here because you have Fred VanVleet here who's wide hands and in the gap. Forces a gap pickup, and watch the rotation from Serge Ibaka right here. He's going to rotate over, gap pickup, outside the elbow. Then you have a rotating help defender right here, and then you have another help defender right there taking away the circling to the dots. And has the ability then to play the corner shooter right here too. Great rotation. Once Danny Green closes out right here, you can see he is angling Malcolm Brogdon to use his left hand on this drive because he knows he has a gap defender right here that can help off someone that they would allow to shoot Giannis. They will live with him shooting that three right there. So they'll get a stunt and then get back.